Hey guys, welcome. I'm Nikki Novo and I'm your spiritual coach. So do you ever feel like you don't have your shit together but everybody else does? You know, how many times do we walk through life thinking like we feel really inside, but we walk around and everybody seems like they're okay and everything looks perfect and beautiful and their Instagram feeds are like amazing and they're YOLOing and you feel really bad inside. And I think it's an important thing to talk about because I've noticed in my group coaching courses, we basically have a bunch of women that come together and talk about different topics. And what they get from, one of the things that they get from it the most is realizing that they're not alone, right? Like these ugly thoughts that we have sometimes, or these feelings of being inadequate or unworthy or unloved or ugly, like whatever it may be, that we're not alone. We're not the only ones feeling that. It's just, you know, what happens is that we are having that conversation in our head, and it goes on and on and on, almost to the point that we think that we've been thinking about it so much that we think other people around us should almost know that we're thinking it, almost that they should read our minds because we're thinking about it so much. But the truth is, it's just that we're kind of internalizing it, obsessing over it, talking about it so much within ourselves, but we really never share outside of ourselves. And, you know, and I think that society in a lot of ways doesn't really allow us to share too much of that. You know, we're kind of like a go and a push and you can do this and blah, 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 and all this stuff. But there's almost sometimes not space to talk about our fears and where we feel like we're messing up and the things that we're afraid of, because, you know, we don't want to be like the Debbie Downer. But the truth is, guys, even if people are not telling you and they're trying to put up this perfect facade, we do not have, you know, our shit together. At least I know I do not have my shit together by any means. I don't really know what I'm doing half of the time, but I just keep going. And I just wanted to have that conversation today because I think for every lonely feeling that you have, remember that there's somebody else feeling that as well. And I encourage you to open up safely to somebody. You know, I don't think we should just like drop our emotional baggage on somebody, but on like just a random person, definitely somebody who loves us and who values us or is in this space of compassion. And you'll see that the minute you start sharing, number one, you're gonna feel better, but number two, you're gonna see that that is not a weird feeling to have and that you're not alone in this and that so many people feel that way. And I would just love to see more of that online and all that. I mean, I really try to do that on Instagram as much as possible, and really just know that nobody really has it all figured out. Believe me, we just kind of go and see what works and what doesn't work, and it's all just like a little bit of a test, you know, like what works out, what doesn't work out, adjust and keep moving forward. So share your feelings and know that nobody really has it figured out. Okay, I hope that helps. I love you very much and I will see you next week.